Uber Eats drivers, I'm about to reveal this free order drop-off trick that customers definitely despise. Right up front, I'm going to share what this trick is, and then I'm going to go into how to use it, and then finally I'm going to wrap it up with why this matters. And it's so important because this actually is the most important thing. It just happened to me right now. Thankfully, I do have dash cam footage, and I haven't seen it yet, but I'm going to insert it in here at the right time. So after I finish this drop-off order, which is just down the hill from here, I noticed coming up behind me, there was this guy in a golf cart. He was drunk. I could see his shirt's off. He's all red. And he was saying, "Why are you blocking my driveway?" I was already getting ready to leave. And obviously, I'm not intoxicated, so I know what's going on. He clearly forgot that he ordered food delivery. But either way, I was ready to drive off and he wasn't going to get in my way. So everything was as safe as possible and I got out of there. And then as I turned around, obviously he's drunk. I saw him on his phone trying to take a video of my car, and I calmly drove off until a short while later I'm here making this video for you. So it is so important for you to document all your deliveries, because if the customer complains that you didn't do it, then you have proof. So here's what it is. It's taking a picture. And no, not just any picture using your phone. Use the timestamp camera app. I'm going to put a picture of it up here because there are some knockoffs and lookalikes. It is free. And I will say, you can see right here, it costs almost $10 if you want the lifetime ad-free version. I used to have it on my phones, but right now I don't. But $10 isn't a big deal. And I probably will pay the $10. I've got 2 phones that I use for food delivery. It's well worth it. And you may ask, who cares? What's the big deal about an app that takes a picture? So here's why it's important. It puts the date, the time, and the location, the address in there. And it also puts GPS coordinates. So you can document your deliveries, and then you know exactly what house or what location you were at, because if you put it in your computer, the GPS coordinates, that's where you're at. And this is very helpful. And this may prove to be helpful for me here in a little bit when this customer, who knows what's going on in his mind, but probably it would behoove me to contact customer support and let them know that potentially there's an irate customer and intoxicated, and don't ever pair me with him again because I'm not going to come back here and deliver to him. This is an overall very nice area, and I'll put some footage here. You can see the beautiful mountains. It's a well-to-do area. I've been here many times, and I've delivered and also done rideshare here. So except for this customer, usually I have great experiences. So next, let's get into how this works. The app is smart. It uses your cell phone, the signal, as well as the GPS satellites. There's many of them overhead out there in space. So your phone can get GPS even if you were out of coverage for your cell service. And obviously that's important when you're out in places similar to this where there's really not good coverage. The GPS will work. And so you're always going to have a picture. Here's what you need to do. This is the important part of how to do this. Just looking around, making sure I don't see a golf cart coming at me. Anyway, so right as I'm about to get out and drop off that order, whether it's a business or a home, I bring up the timestamp camera app. And the reason this is because sometimes even leave at door, the customer comes out and surprises you and in a way turns it off to a hand-to-me order. But right there in the moment, I can have my phone ready and just take a picture of me holding the order, and it's going to put all the information in there. That way, if I don't even have time to use the app to take a picture, I have my own copy. Most of the time, this doesn't happen. So when I place the order down, I'm going to use my phone, take my picture first in case we get interrupted or anything happens. And then I follow through, use the app to take a picture, using the app like normal, and then go on with my day. And a little bonus tip, I'll put the screenshot of what I have as a thank you as I'm leaving, and I text that to them right as I close out the order. And that way, It shows that I care about them as a customer, and hopefully they'll increase my tip because of it. So that's a little bit of how to use this app. The key thing is do it first, because if you're interrupted, at least then you have your own copy of the delivery. And I think before we continue, it'll be good. I'll take a picture using the app right now so you can see what it looks like right here on the video. So smile. And you can see right there, it's got the date, the time, the GPS location, and you can put that in your computer and check it out. And then obviously the general address where I'm at here in Ventura County. So you can see right there how this would prove valuable. Now you may also ask, who cares? Who cares if that information is there? What's it going to benefit me for? And this is the most important part of why I'm sharing this with you. Just like that guy with the golf cart coming up on me. What if the customer says you didn't deliver the order, or something crazy? Who knows? Maybe a drunk guy in a golf cart accosts you. Then you're going to have proof that you did your job, because what's going to happen if the customer complains, and worst case, if the app deactivates you, you're not going to have access to it. So you're not going to be able to defend yourself with any proof that you did your job. By you using that timestamp camera app before you finish the drop off, you have your own proof. So depending on what happened, and sometimes Uber Eats doesn't necessarily tell you what order went wrong, but if you have pictures of all your drop-offs, you can appeal to them and say right there, hey, I have pictures. I'm going to send that to you so that they can see you did drop it off, and then obviously prove that the customer potentially was lying, confused, or just drunk on a golf cart. And I do want to mention, most customers are fine. On average, most drivers are fine. It's just that really small percentage of customers that I think make it a habit in their lives to commit fraud, lie, steal, and they actually don't care what happens to the driver. They're trying to get some kind of food for free or credit to be able to get something for free. And what they're going to do is report you saying that you didn't do your job. And what's going to happen? As you well know, Uber Eats will fire us instantly because we don't mean anything to them. They don't respect us as drivers, and that's just how it is. So accept that and move on. The way you do that is protect yourself, having documentation proof of what you've done. I recommend that timestamp camera app. So by and large, most customers are fine. The other small percentage of customers, they're awesome. They're the ones that are going to tip you really well and have that great interaction with you. So right now, if you happen to be an Uber Eats customer watching this, don't take it to heart. Don't take it the wrong way. Most of customers are fine. And I'll roll the footage here right now of what I captured of that drunk guy on the golf cart. And you can just see that you don't behave this way for whatever reason. And as a customer, you're not going to try to commit fraud and potentially cost me or another driver their job. The drivers are out to earn money, and we want to do a good job and help the customers. What's that?
We can block my driveway.
Oh, sorry. I was just...
Get in my driveway.
Will do. So again, this customer on the golf cart, a small percentage. And I'm sure for drivers out there, please share in the comments below. What percentage of customers do you think you really have just a negative interaction with? Please share that. I think that's going to help all drivers. And then also for any Uber Eats customers that are watching this. So thank you. And that brings up just a really important point. If you get deactivated, what do? You're not going to have access to the app. You're not going to be able to make money. That is such a terrifying thing. And just like right now, I dropped off the food to the customer. I did my job, but then this drunk guy on the golf cart accuses me. What if he calls up Uber Eats and complains that I did something wrong or I vandalized his property? What do? How do you defend yourself? I've got good news for you. I've been deactivated before off of Uber Eats, and I did get reactivated. So I made a video teaching you how to appeal. And that way you are factual, not emotional, and you say, I have proof, kind of like using the timestamp camera app. So watch that next, and I'll see you there.